there, guys. We're here with Kelly Cotton, Step Up Britain, Step Up Portsmouth, forced adoption exposed, child trafficking and state corruption. Down here, Somerstown Hub Central, where I am a sunflower, a person with a hidden condition. I've been on the phone to the doctors all day about this upright MRI scan on the basis that I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I also am diagnosed with Asperger's. I also have complex trauma, underlying complex trauma, as well as stress, because of the games, the gaslighting that this system like to play on people with their little letters, their bailiffs. Well, today they've taken my children's double buggy. So they've taken a disabled mother's double buggy from her door who's in a one-bedroom flat. So we go to war with Portsmouth City Council now. We go to complete and utter war with Portsmouth City Council because now we're dealing with laws and regulations that are hindering people, not just through COVID, with the fact that the majority of people with disabilities and conditions have been neglected and abandoned, their care packages have been cut, and people have been left with their human rights breached. Violation of people's human rights, violation of mine and my children's, on the fact that we're under child protection to support an Ehlers-Danlos syndrome Asperger's family. And John Wright, in here today, has announced and removed my double buggy and my children's buggy from the front door. We are not in a two bedrooms where we are privy to the larger hallway where I can keep the double buggy. It has been made very clear that my double buggy and my buggy gets left. Now, if I was somebody that had a wheelchair and I was in my home and I had to leave my wheelchair at the front of my door because I cannot get my wheelchair through the size of the door, and the council then think it's appropriate then to take somebody's wheelchair, like we've seen on the protest with wheelchairs being taken. What this is about is we need to move into a country that cares. I've had a gentleman in this flat, okay, that's been bothering me for ages. He's in a wheelchair and he hasn't been able to unplug his washing machine, right? It's been bothering me since he told me. Yeah, bothering me that you'd have to pay 550 quid to Argos to drop him off a washing machine just because he couldn't get a decent, like a cheaper one or a free cycle one because they were going to unplug it. Now, during COVID, they weren't able to enter the property to do so, so he's been without a washing machine coming down. I've been watching it. It's just been bugging me. It's been bugging me that I watch drug-dependent people like that getting care packages, getting support, getting the laws around. It's now bugging me. It's now bugging me that I'm dealing with people who do not understand that when people have a care package in place, it means everybody has to make legal, reasonable adjustments. So now we go for a judicial review. And not only do we go for a judicial review, we go for a compensation plan. Because I stood here begging them not to take my son off me. I told these people I won an ICPC upheld complaint, right? Because I was assaulted by a police officer with my son taken off of me. Now, luckily, I got him back within 5 days. Hello, halo, there's your help. There's your help and your your help. It's called State of Babylon. These people, yeah, they work for the crown. They don't work for the people, they work for the state. They protect the queen, so nobody overannounces the parliament. That's what they work for. Child protection is about working out whether you're an anarchist or not. That's all they give a damn about. They don't give a damn about the fact that I was taken into A&E in 2012, where I was given a laying down MRI and sent to mental health and my kids taken off of me, told that Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is the easiest condition to claim. And these arseholes want to take my children's double buggy when I'm trying to get out with their dad to get some bloody shoes. That's like taking someone's wheelchair away from someone with no legs. I have a legal diagnosis on my door. I have legal, reasonable adjustments, and now I have underlying trauma by these people dealing with somebody with stress. They're causing the stress. What? Because some fire has gone off. All of a sudden, the majority has got to be crushed because of one building in this country. Well, it's about time. These laws, I'm stood breaking the law right now. I have no mask on. Why do I not have a mask on? Because I'm wearing a hidden condition. I have vocal cord dysfunction. I have 92 subluxations. And I'm expected to lift boxes in the time that people like this could actually have helped me. Could have actually have my city Wi-Fi. Oh, the state don't like it. Bring it! You've taken my children's double buggy. Yeah? Play with anything else to do with me, but don't mess with my children. We're already trapped in a one-bedroom flat with these arseholes abusing me. I have been physically assaulted. I have had my son taken off of me for 5 days. I have had my double buggy in a one-bedroom flat taken 3 times. I am trying to sort out a storage unit so I can get in a van and get the fuck out of this hellhole. They take their housing benefit and they don't give a shit. They pay their wages and fuck the people here in these flats. Most of them coked out of their heads. Most of them are on weed. Most of them taking drugs. Most of them drinking themselves in oblivion. I'm glad I was put here. I'm glad as the director of Step Up Britain that I have witnessed everything that I have seen. When my report is done, I am fuming and livid at the way that all these people are treated. They won't even put nice little garden chairs out so they can come and sit out. We've got people sitting in their flats that can't even be brought out. Oh, sorry, we've got to pay £8.50, maybe £12.50 an hour for someone to bring somebody in a wheelchair out into the garden so they can sit in a nice sun for a bit and get some fresh air. Because the only reason anybody ever does anything for anybody is because they give a damn. Well, I'm telling you that I have a brain strain protruding from the top of my base. It's because of the fact of my vocal cord dysfunction. Yes, I've got the same going on in my cerebellum. Yeah, I have nodding dog, EDS. Yes, it's a living condition. Just because people don't understand it. Now, if I had a needle in my foot, and everybody's saying, Kelly, you don't have a needle in your foot, it's in your head. So you go for a scan. They say there's no needle in your foot. So then all of a sudden you finally get the upright MRI scan and they go, oh, you've got a needle in your foot, have you? Oh, so you actually have had for the last 10 years. So we've abused you for 10 years, Kelly. Oh, we're sorry. Oh, well, we can't edit the paperwork now, can we? So we're dealing with a foster care file because of youth workers. Now, here's the people, by the way, that caused for my son being taken. These people in here. Because it's multi-agency framework. I live in a multi-agency framework where GPs can't be asked getting their asses out of these doctors and going and visit people with chronic conditions. They can't be asked coming out and sitting at a child protection conference. So then people like me with physical conditions, the nice little sunflower people, I'm not a drug addict, I'm not an alcoholic. I'm even trying my best to manage without prescription painkillers because I'm still a child abuser because of these people. I came to Portsmouth 4.5 years ago because I was born here, where I have indicative budget here in this court. Now, the only way that I get it now is to go to court. So I'm threatening, I'm telling you it is my human legal right. Mr. Wrong, Mr. John Wrong, Mr. John Wrong who's now going to prison. Misfeasance, malfeasance, non-misfeasance, perjury, he lied. He sent me a letter yesterday saying that I refused to move stuff. No, I didn't. I said, Dean is on his way home. He's just off the plane. He's got through to the main things. We don't know whether we're being quarantined for 14 days. I've got to be ready. It will all be done and it will all be gone. It's cost me 120 quid in paying people, backhanders, cash in hand to give me a hand. All for social services to cancel their adult social services assessment today. And I've worked for 10 days. 10 days. 4.5 years and I've finally had adult social services come to do an assessment. I've worked my damn arse off to get all that paperwork done in a one-bedroom flat. It's abuse. It is disability abuse. And now, I have gone to the doctors today to say that I have complex underlying trauma. That was someone with a psychology degree, who is a coach, who is an LP. Now, a hairdresser doesn't cut her own hair, okay? Just to go to another hairdresser. So I have to go to another therapist. I'm a qualified therapist. So I have to go to another person. So Dean's had to fly back in to be with me, because that's the only person that I can deal with right now. Because he will kill these people if they carry on this shit right now. He's had enough. He has watched me being abused, pissed about, and now he's just seen his double buggy for his kids taken. He's just witnessed it. He's sitting up there at the moment, just sitting there very quietly. Don't take this man's silence for weakness. I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't take Dean's silence for weakness. You don't know who my partner is, what he stands for, what he's about, why we put the love stencils around, why you got your nice praying boys sitting in outside your thing. We came here to do something nice for you, Portsmouth City Council. So Helen, I am going to be on the phone to you once I calm down, love. Yeah? Because Helen, you're a very sweet lady, and it's not very nice for me to be this way. But these people are abusing people. These are people in this door. Look at the date this place was opened. The irony. The irony. Look at this. 19th of July 2014. The irony. What date did I go to Downing Street? I'm going to sit right on the threshold because I can. What are they going to do? Bring the police to me. What are you going to do, Portsmouth City Council? I'm going to walk every step of the way with the Lord. I'm going to teach you all a lesson. It's your job, but it is our lives. You have stopped me moving 4 times. You have stopped me going back self-employed 4 times. You have stopped Dean with his career. Your child protection meetings, you keep hitting on significant dates. You'd come to my door with the police and social services on the day that Josie was in court. Sorry, not in court, the day she was giving birth. Portsmouth City Council, you're not having this baby, do you get it? I have evidence that you presented these babies. I even helped the mum and dad know to get a statement into the adoption panel. Mum's not even lost yet, it's this week over here. Oh, what a shame. Fuck off with your radars, thank you. Yeah? The Lord mightier than your devil's pagan shit, yeah? The Lord strapped to my back, mate. I walk with the Lord and Jesus in my heart every step of the way. Because I can't do this in my own strength because I'm a mere mortal. But by the power of the Lord rested upon my shoulders, strapped to my back, mate, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And their corruption, their state kidnapping, they're putting people in social housing, taking shitloads of money for care packages that people ain't even getting. People with physical conditions have been cut down to fortnightly. I wouldn't be surprised if there ain't a dead body sitting in one of these places. My little mate Justin across here died for a heart attack, begging the police to leave my boy alone when he tried taking me. He went back to his flat and died. 3 days it took to find him. That's how much they care. Care? They don't care. They've got wage. They've got to go and pay Jimmy Savile's little club, yeah, for the BBC. Yeah? British corrupt broadcasting people, yes, who like to paedophile children and traffic them through foster care and, you know, child modelling agencies so they can rape and pillage babies and children, yeah? No, not my watch. I'd die for this shit. I was born in Portsmouth, I'd die in Portsmouth now. I ain't going nowhere, do you get it? You just taken my kid's double buggy, I ain't going nowhere, you've just caused war. I came here in peace. I came here to step up Portsmouth here. Guess what else is here? Yellow Jackets headquarters, it's here. XR headquarters, it's here. Why is it here? Because the woman who broke her gag on the 19th of July 2013 is here. The woman who went back to Downing Street on the 19th of July 2014 on the day that this place was built, who then on the 19th of July decided when Hayden then got hung. So Portsmouth, we all know Southampton, don't we? Winchester, yeah? So you all know Hayden, yeah? You all know the Superman, yeah? Who was my partner, mate, my sidekick when we got arrested. I was arrested at David Cameron's election night. He was arrested when he got back because he presented to his MPs. Well, all the MPs are gone now. Your MPs, you ain't coming back. Hollywood, you ain't coming back. Lock down your corruption. Do you get it? You ain't coming back. AI's going to have you. You can't run, you can't go nowhere. We're going to have you. You can't run, you can't hide. Do you get it? You're not trafficking children through foster care no more. Josie was taken at the age of 4 years old. The only time she has ever had any decency in her life where she was doing her singing and playing with her horses, the foster carer was fucking her while the mother was fucking off to Germany fucking some man. And now you want to take her baby and kick her out to Southampton. Not on my watch. But I can't move until these orders come into place, can I? But how do I know whether these orders are in place? Because Josie's gagged. Josie can't contact me. She can't speak to anybody. She's in contempt of court if she even goes to another solicitor's office and she doesn't move her legal aid. She doesn't even have a GP because this is her GP. Because she's been on the streets of Portsmouth here since she was pretty much 4 years old. In foster care, moved and pillaged. Raped, trafficked, on the streets, drugged. And then she gets pregnant. And she meets Kelly Cotter. And that girl changes her life. And that little baby comes to my front door and I cried with that baby in my arms. That she come home. 5 police officers pinned that girl down. Why? Because the baby fell asleep in her arms and she was done for co-parenting. Well, I'm in a 1-bedroom flat with both of my kids in bed with me. Tell me I can't co-parent with my kids? Really? Try ripping my kids out my arms again, mate. I'll kill you. Do you get it? That's how we roll now. That's what's happened. And my psychiatrist that I am dealing with said, Kelly, the fact that you're not telling me this, I'm not that worried. Now, if you were coming to me saying, oh, forgive these people, I'd be a bit worried. Forgive them. No mercy. No mercy now. Jesus says no mercy. We showed you forgiveness. I came here instead of going to Downing Street. They didn't let me move out on the 5th of November. I could have gone to London on 5th of November and put my mask on. Well, you know I don't wear my mask. I wear my mask backwards and I have a butterfly mask on. You all know I don't wear masks, mate. In 2010 in the media, I told you, look in the mirror. If you don't like it, change it. Take your masks off. So, I don't wear a mask because I'm a sunflower. Okay? And thank you to my friend who's telling me to keep on track. The point is, at this threshold, my social housing, just because governments pay for it, it's mine, it's my signature, yeah, it's my life, yeah. We got middle line management, by the way, that are all going to lose their jobs next year because AI is going to take over them. So bye-bye, John, you're getting fired whether you like it or not, mate. Middle management gone in the UK, gone. Google it, yeah, gone. Middle line management's gone. Yeah, the only people that are staying is surgeons, not all surgery, most surgery is going to be done completely. So at the end of the day, humans are incompetent. They're full of sin, they're full of pride, they're full of greed. We were told the 7 sins were the 7 fruits. Well, these people are going to hell, mate, because they're working for corruption, they're working for greed. One, they work for Prince Andrew and the state and everything, so everything that these people are doing is paying for children to be fucked, yes? So everything, you get up, you go to work. All the police officers that are preventing us from doing stuff, you're allowing child trafficking to continue. You're allowing paedophilia to continue. When the WHO come in to teach children about masturbation, you are allowing for the innocence of children to be penetrated. I'm Mother Goose. I've got 6 boys, 5 boys, 1 girl. I came here for my family to be brought back together, not to be continually abused, because apparently I have to re-present my medical diagnosis every 6 months because of their paperwork. Now, I danced outside St Mary's Hospital to say to you, from the very first day that I came here, I have been wrapped up in red tape. Now, that red tape is going to go away, and just in time for John to come down the stairs. And hopefully because John's committed perjury yesterday by lying. He stated that I said I wasn't moving stuff, and he's also made issue over the quarantine stuff. So these middle management guys are now going to get things back together. My doctor's going to contact them. And if this abuse continues and my buggies are not returned, do what you want with the other stuff, but my buggies are not part of this argument. War with me, don't war with my kids. Don't play with somebody like taking a wheelchair away from somebody with no legs. So we're going to go live on this, continuing and continuing and continuing, until I am no longer a child abuser, and I am an inspirational EDS Asperger's mother who's dyslexic, and this man knows this and wants to breach and cause further trauma to somebody with complex trauma. Well, if you continue to do so, I will hang myself from the top of that bridge. Do you get it? Well, I'm not going there. These people are not pushing me. Borderline personality, it means I battle. I have complex trauma. I battle with suicide. They know this, hence why I have child protection. Hence why they come to me. Oh, Kelly, how are you regulating your emotions today? Wondering why I'm now stood here, and I am so glad that I've vented and got it all out publicly around the world now. Right, thank you. They can't keep saying this. I'm certainly not letting my 10-year-old grandson be taught about masturbation. No, thank you. So anyway, John has come out. He's paid, to do this. I'm not paid, hence why I'm not going nowhere. This is my purpose, God-given right. I'm an Erlos-Danlos mother who's now trying to get the upright MRI that I should have been given in the first place. That is going to show that I have cranial instability. And when they do, I'm going to put them all in prison just for the fun of it, to teach people a lesson.